I'm a millennial. When I was growing up, we did fire drills. I live in the South. We did tornado drills. Those were the only two drills that we focused on. It was the only two drills that we really needed to focus on because mass shootings was not a thing. Like, that was just not something that was happening. Okay? And to know that our babies in 2025 are still going through these things and our Congress, our states are refusing to do things by law is shameful. It's like, dang, does it have to happen to your grandkid or your kid for this to finally get you to do something? I'm sick and tired. And I already got one comment because I said Republicans need to do something because they are the people that's holding it back. They are the people who are holding it back from happening. They want people to have pretty much weapons of war, assault weapons. They have loose gun laws. They let people walk around with weapons out in the open. The NRA is funding everything. And you got people saying, what state did this happen in? Dude, what about Texas? What about Georgia? What about all these other states? It's not just one state. It's not just blue places that have high crime. This is everywhere across America. America is a violent nation, period. Built on lies, built on greed, built on keeping the middle and lower class down. I am sick and tired of the stupid stuff that people say, the ignorant stuff that people say. It is not just Democratic places that have these issues. We know that. But of course, because I call out a Republican, they're like, what state did this happen in? Okay, if it happens in a red state, what you going to say then? If the mayor's a Republican, what you going to say then? You can't say anything. Your party is the one that refuses to have common sense gun laws. It's just that simple. So yes, I'm telling them to stand up, do something about it. We are tired. And in most cases, the gunmen be people who be like, yeah, I did it in the name of Trump. I was so sad. I was so hurt. Oh, it was mental health. We have to do something about mental health. Bro, we been said that. That's why we're saying you need to pass something to where these people have some background checks and some red tape around it. Can't just give everybody a gun. You're giving out guns in Walmart. Come on. Some people don't even have to have a license. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm just so sick and tired of the right blaming and saying our thoughts and prayers are with you, with the victims, and then do nothing when we try to pass something. And they know they're going to reject it because that's not how they vote. And it's just a shame. I just be like, how do y'all go on with life like this? Just being some cheats and frauds. I really just don't get it. I just don't get it. It's just like, how can y'all live life knowing that you vote the way you vote, knowing that you live the way you live, and it impacts others? And then you act like, oh, you guys voted for this. You voted for me, so you voted for this. You're not making good, wise decisions. That's what you're not doing. And it's just crazy to me that this kind of stuff started picking up. Like, the trend has been going up since basically when I got into college. That was my first, big thing about, mass shooting starting to happen a little bit. And then it started ticking up. Because I remember we had maybe one or two classes I was in when I was in, my junior or senior year, where we had some, law enforcement come and kind of teach us or tell us how to approach if in case this happened with a mass shooter. This was 2014, 2015. And at the earliest 2013. So I was I was literally headed out the door of school, college. And so I'm 20 something years old, 20, 21, 22, years old, and this is what's going on. They're now teaching us how to basically safeguard ourselves and try to protect ourselves and save each other's lives against a mass shooter or a shooter who comes into school. And that was that. We had bomb threats and stuff like that. People trying to get out of tests, that kind of silliness. But as far as like seeing it, you're seeing it with churches, clubs, all that stuff. The pulse stuff happened, and you're seeing it. Like, I was out of school by then, but it was happening more and more and more, and you kept seeing it with schools. And so for it to be happening, it started to pick up around that 2015 era, and it just kept going up, and you just kept hearing about it more and more frequently, and it being places that people go every day: school, work, grocery stores, churches. Like, you're in disbelief because it keeps happening, because we do nothing about it. We don't care enough to just say, hey, let's pass these laws, or hey, this obviously didn't work out. Let's make it stricter, or let's put it back there with the, assault weapon ban or whatever it was that Bill Clinton had put into place or extended. I don't know. I think he was the one that put it in place. But again, this is what happens when we let people take over and be in positions of leadership that they shouldn't be in. That's why we gotta run. Like, even if we don't even know, if we got just our common sense compared to theirs, we'll be fine. It just takes common sense. It just takes dignity. I don't think they have it.